真佛宗美国彩虹内藏寺南无救瘟疫度母护摩法会开始，恭迎真佛宗创办人无上法王圣尊莲生活佛、圣母莲香上师、网络直播线上的各界护法人员及同门善心大德虔诚合掌唱诵莲花童子心咒。
Our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, will be presiding over the Homa fire offering ceremony of Tara, who dispels epidemics. Now we are chanting the lineage Guru mantra to welcome His Holiness to enter into the Homa hall.
现在我们一起做观想大礼拜顶礼坛城，礼拜根本传承上师及诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，四平等一起手。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to ascend to the Homa throne. Inviting Sumo Vajra Master Lian-Sheng to please take the seat.
网络直播线上观看的特级弘法人员
Inviting all
三
viewers
大的
and participants to please be seated. 恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛加持主祈则报名表格。Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to please bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. 敬献哈达，请大家恭敬 The offering of Hatha. Let us now join our palms with reverence, and would like to invite Vajra Master Lian-Sheng to present the offering of Hatha to the lineage Guru as the symbol of the highest honor. The Homa fire offering ceremony of Tara who dispels epidemics has now begun. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Recite the Guru mantra 7 times. Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 做四无量观，观想右手边有 Perform the visualization of the four immeasurables, ancestors and relatives from the father side on your right, from the mother side on your left, teachers and friends behind you, and enemies and karmic creditors in front of you, and all sentient beings around you, together practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. 做金行手印 Invocation mudra. Recite purification mantras and the earth deity mantras. Om Siudori Siudori Siumori Siumori Soha. Om Wadradan He Hom. Namo Samanto Modoran Om Duru Duru Dewi Soha. 念招请咒 Om Recite invocation mantra. Om Hom Soha. Om Hom Soha. We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Namo White Mahapadma Kumara. Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha. Namo True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Tara, who dispels epidemics. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Tara, who dispels epidemics. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Tara, who dispels epidemics. Namo Golden Mother of the promoter of Jade Pod. Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas. 2 Buddhas called 8 primary deities. Yamataka. Namo Akalanata. Namo 4 heavenly kings. Namo Sima Bodhisattva. Rainbow temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tentic Quarter, at the Seattle Lian-Sheng Temple, and at the South Mountain Retreat. Rainbow temples, mountain god, earth god, plant god, wind god, water god, heavenly fire god, dragon gods, all divinities as well as these deity gods, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great homage using visualization. First to root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth half bow. Great mandala offering. Form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above to the lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, the main deity of Homa, Namotara, who dispels epidemics, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Lord Meru, for continuance and sun and moon, transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to all of our civilization. Om Sawa Tathagata Yitamu Kurunana Menjana Kandiliyeta Yami. Fourfold refuge, visualize our lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. We said the mantra. Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Guru Be, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. 做皮甲护身，手结金刚，合掌手印，念金刚手菩萨真言心愿持咒。Om Bodhi Ranjali, Om 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 Bodhi Ranjali. 恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛转诸名加持。Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to perform blessings with mala. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to set ceremonial demarcation, to bless the registration forms, Homa cards, and all the offerings with Vajra bell and scepter.
大家请起立，恭敬合掌。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛金刚棒开炉结界，点起护摩火，公平下炉演化西灾祈福正义敬爱超度大手印。网络直播线上各级弘法人员同门善信大德，唱诵第五瘟疫度护摩主尊心咒。
Blessings, enrichments, magnetization, subjugation, and Bardo deliverance. Will be reciting the heart mantra of the main deity of Homa today, the Tara who dispels epidemics.
Om
法王圣尊莲生活佛生法王座。
We are inviting His Holiness to please return to the Homa throne. Invite us Lord Jambas and Lian-Sheng to please take the Dharma seat. And we are inviting all participants and viewers to please take the seats.
Dara dara dura, Nammo hara hara hum hara soha. Om dara dara dura, Nammo hara hara hum hara soha. Om dara dura, Nammo hara hara hum hara soha. Om dara dura, Nammo hara hara hum hara soha. Om dara dura, Nammo hara hara hum hara soha. Om dara dura, Nammo hara hara hum hara soha. Om dara dura. Nammo hara hara hum hara soha. Om dara dura, Nammo hara hara hum hara soha. Om dara dura, Nammo hara hara hum hara soha. Om dara soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om Dara Dudara Dura Namo Hara Hara Hum Hara Soha Om
We said that mantras of the eight principal deities and incan Buddha
Ma ni pe mi hom Om Panamo Lin Sokham Om Ha 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 Wei Sama Ye Sokham Om Zeri Zuri Zunti Sokham Om Zambara Chalam Chala Ye Sokham Om A Hom Becha Guru Be Ma Siti Hom Se Om A Hom Guru Be Ah Sasamaha Lian-Sheng Siti Hom Tế ya tha Om Bekha Tsaya Maha Bekha Tsaya La Tsa Samo Kyatehe Sokham Nam mô 36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。请大家起念请佛注释祈愿文：具德妙善圣尊秘密主，十方世界佛刹成数佛。大悲有情海会众菩萨，护教金刚空行前顶礼，世间三毒炽盛业漫漫，身心摧折轮回苦无休。圣尊命念降生度离情，三宝于是微光护取生，人天福田所依金刚身，受戒传法灌顶次悉地，佛子祈请。注释转法轮，弥勒无量无尽众生界。回向。愿同念佛者，同生极乐国，上报四重恩，下济三途苦。见佛了生死，如佛度一切。真佛中众弟子一心祈愿护摩祖尊，救瘟疫度母，以莲花宝瓶中的无色甘露，双目放出无量光芒，复佑圣尊健康平安，灾厄退散，不受现今疫情的影响，福寿绵长不断，大乐自在任运，并且在此非常时期，仍继续为众生转大法轮，以护摩之威力消除众生的业障。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛作众回向。
Wholeheartedly we pay homage to green Tara, white Tara, the 21 Taras, and Tara who dispels epidemics. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to green Tara, white Tara, 21 Taras, and Tara who dispels epidemics. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to green Tara, white Tara, 21 Taras, and Tara who dispels epidemics. We pray to Tara Bodhisattva to guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. We pray that all Taras, the four guardian mothers, the Dakinis of the eight directions, and the Devis from the 20 heavens, and all the holy beings, to please bless this so that this epidemic can swiftly disappear We pray to green Tara, white Tara, 21 Taras, Tara who dispels epidemics, the 4 guardian mothers, the Dakinis of the 8 directions, and the goddesses of the 20 heavens, to radiate light, so that this epidemics, this pandemic disappear. So that through the school disciples can be healthy, all sicknesses be alleviated, may we increase our merits and wisdom, that all calamities and karma be eradicated, may the pandemic be eradicated. May they stabilize their mind and to perform practice. May they live in harmony with love and respect. May they be endowed with auspiciousness during the day, auspiciousness at night, auspiciousness around the clock. And may those amidst this auspiciousness pray for the blessings by the Root Guru, for the absorption by Yidam, and protection by the Protector. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to green Tara, white Tara, 21 Taras, Tara who dispels epidemics, the 4 guardian mothers, the 8 Dakinis of the 8 directions, the goddesses of the 20 heavens. We pray so that all the prayers for this Homa can be granted. May the pandemic disappear. May all calamities disappear. May all sicknesses disappear. May all enemies and enmities disappear. May all obstructions and obstacles disappear. Gods in heaven, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us. Lord, let all disasters turn into dust.
共念3遍
say
拜
100
字
silver
密咒
mantra 3 times.
贝扎萨多萨玛呀，玛努巴那呀，贝扎萨多登鲁巴迪查，这周美巴瓦，苏多卡于美巴瓦，苏普卡于美巴瓦，安诺拉多美巴瓦，萨瓦西迪美布拉亚查，萨瓦嘎尔玛苏查美吉达姆西迪人古鲁哄。哈哈哈哈呵，巴嘎文萨瓦达塔嘎达，贝扎玛米门查，贝兹巴瓦玛哈萨玛呀， สัตโตอาหมเพอมเปจัสสัตโตสัมมายามานุปานายาเปจัสสัตโตเตนุปาติชาเจโจเมปาวะสุโตขายยุเมปาวะสุปุขายยุเมปาวะอันโนลัตโตเมปาวะสาวะสิติเมปุรายะชาสาวะกรรมาสุธาเมจิตตามุสิริยันกุโรหมha ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mancha pecapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pe peca sato samaya manupanaya peca sato tenupati cha jejo me pawa suto kayu me pawa supo kayu me pawa anurato me pawa sawa sidi me puraya cha sawa karma sutameจิตตามุสิริรันกุโรหมha ha 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 ปะกาวันสาวะตถาคตาเปจมามิมัญชาเปจปาวามหาสัมมายะสัตโตอะหมเพ做观想大礼拜100根本传承上师及诸佛嗡啊吽观想顶礼为天心禅意253嗡啊吽
Visualize for procession the ground release mudra. Third to all Hedukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for procession the ground release mudra. Fourth head bow.
念圆满咒 Om Brim Om Brim Om Brim Om Mani Padme Hum 让我们以最热烈的掌声感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛主坛南无救瘟疫度母护摩法会。现在请大家恭敬合掌，恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛做宝贵的法语开示。
Now let us join our palms with the greatest reverence. We're inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Dhamma teachings. First, let's pay homage to our lineage Sri Guru, homage to the Venerable Mang Liang Ming, homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhon, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dukden Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Green Tara, White Tara, 21 Taras, Tara who dispels epidemics. The four guardian mothers, the Dakinis of the 8 directions, and the goddesses of the 20 heavens, and offering to all the deities and homage to all the deities. Sung, Danzhen Katso, Tuten City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all the disciples over the internet. Aisteru Sarangi. Hola amigo. Te quiero mucho. Going Ichiba. Kimochi. Chumi. Happy. Clean. Konnichiwa. Good afternoon, everyone. Now I would like to announce for next Sunday, May 24th at 3 p.m., Sunday 3 p.m., there would be next Sunday, there would be the Golden Mother Homa fire offering ceremony. As we all know, Golden Mother is whom Grandmaster most revered. So Golden Mother was the most revered yidam of Grandmaster. Golden Mother was the one that opened Grandmaster's divine eye, and then my whole life changed. So the pioneer of True Buddha school is Golden Mother. Without Golden Mother, there would be no True Buddha school. Without Golden Mother, there would be no living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Without Golden Mother, there would not be Seng Yen Lu. Without Golden Mother, everything that we have in True Buddha school today will not exist, would not have existed. So Golden Mother is the most important and the most highly revered yidam. So I don't need to say more. So whether you want to become the primary supplicant or not, it is up to you. Thank you. You all know that today we perform the Homa of Tara who dispels epidemics. Even if it's just Tara who dispels epidemics, then green Tara will also definitely come, and then the 21 Taras too, and white Tara. So Tara who dispels epidemics is the main deity, and then all the Dakinis, the four guardian mothers, Dakinis of the 8 directions, goddesses of the 20 heavens, they all will definitely come. Therefore, it was extremely supreme. As soon as I form the mudra of Tara who dispels epidemics, then wow, all the Taras would line up into a straight line and transform into a drop of light each and descended onto Grandmaster's body, including green Tara, white Tara, 21 Taras, Tara who dispels epidemics, and then the four guardian mothers, the Dakinis of the 8 directions, and then goddesses of the 20 heavens. They all came. So the ceremony today is extremely supreme. And now we will continue on the questions you ask and the answer by Grandmaster. The first question today, Grandmaster, I have not received any spiritual responses from my 3 roots. Therefore, I am unable to perform the transference of consciousness by the aggregate of light. I am also unfamiliar with the practice of guiding the dying people to be delivered during Bardo state. what would be the best, fastest, and simplest way to help those who are dying or those who just have died to be liberated from the suffering of the cycle of birth and death? Please teach your disciples so that I can. And what is the difference between the POA practice and the transference of consciousness by the aggregate of light? Please teach your disciple so that I can follow your teaching to benefit self and others. Asked by Lian-Hua Jiahui. When you have not reached spiritual union, then it would be very difficult to perform the guiding of the transference of consciousness by the aggregate of light. So say, like Grandmaster, which is the one that has been in spiritual union, Grandmaster can point a finger and the deities from the sky will descend upon this finger, and then to the dying person I can say, open the gate to heaven, which is the apex, close the door to the earth and the path to the human and the coast, open the gate to heaven, close the door to the earth, and then to block the path to human and to block the path to the ghost. So opening the gate of heaven and then to close the path to the three lower realms and also to obstruct the reincarnation to human realm, the hungry ghost, the birth by water, by womb, by eggs, and one more, by transformation, all block. So you can only leave the body through the tip of your crown. That's called the guiding of transference of consciousness by the aggregate of light. But if you have not attained the spiritual union, the yidam will not descend upon your finger and you would not be able to emit light. So you have no ability to open the gate to heaven, to close the door to the earth, and to block all paths to the human and the ghost. Then what should you do? If you were there, you can use bubble gums. It's kind of sticky. And you teach or you guide the dying person to leave from this apex, the tip of your head, and place the bubble gum there and then tell the dying person that you only have one way, and which is from the tip of your head, the gate to heaven. And then you stick a bubble gum there at the apex and then guide him or her that this is the place that your soul can live and you should not go by any other ways. So your soul can only leave from your apex in order to be born into the Pure Land. So although you are not in spiritual union with the deity, but you can point to him or her where the apex is, which is from the hairline about 8 finger width that hole there. And then you point to that place. That's how you can help them. And the second way, you need to tell him or her, even though you have not received any spiritual responses from your yidam, you still need to visualize your root guru and your yidam sitting on top of your head. If you do your practice normally, or the dying person usually practice, then you can tell him or her that you should visualize your root guru and your yidam to be sitting on top of your apex. You need to remember to do that. So when your soul leaves your body from the apex, then you would be met by your guru and yidam immediately and guided to the Pure Land. And yourself telling the dying person that you should chant the mantra of your yidam. Or to chant the name of the yidam. Like if your yidam is Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva or Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, is the yidam of the dying person, then you tell her or him, chant the mantra of Avalokitesvara or Kuan Yin. When my mother was passing, I used this guiding of transference consciousness by aggregate of light and tell her, now it's time for you to pass away. And now, all you can do is to hope for your yidam to guide you. If you see the appearance of Golden Mother, you should follow her. If you see the appearance of Avalokitesvara Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, you should follow her. And Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva is your yidam. Or Golden Mother is your esteemed one or Grandmaster's yidam. You can visualize Golden Mother or Avalokitesvara Kuan Yin to guide you. And in your heart, you should chant their names, mindful of them. Pray for the rebirth in Pure Land, that in that split of a second, you can be lucid and clear, not muddled, and you follow Golden Mother or Kuan Yin or the yidam of the dying person. That's what you should tell the dying person. That would be the best, fastest, and simplest way. And at the same time, if you know the yidam of the dying person, then you can play the mantra chanting of that yidam and continually play it, or the name or the heart mantra of the yidam of the dying person. So that's the hospice during dying. That we have a group of people around and chanting Amitabha Buddha's name and praying to the Amitabha Buddha or Pure Land Trinity to guide the dying person to be born into the Western Paradise or Mahadabha Lotus Ponds. And if the dying person is a practitioner, then if you or the family member knows the yidam, then the family can chant the mantra of the yidam. But if you don't know the yidam of the dying person, then you can chant the heart mantra of the lineage root guru. And then tell the dying person, and you have to quickly visualize your lineage root guru to be sitting on top of your heads, so that when your soul leaves your body, that the root guru will bring you to his pure land immediately. At that time, the lineage root guru is in union with his yidam. The key point is, when we normally do our Dharma practice, your yidam, your root guru, and your root protector are in union. They are always merging together. Remember this. So, the guiding of transference of consciousness by the aggregate of light is different from the Poa practice. Just now, I just explained the guiding of transference consciousness by the aggregate of light. But the Poa practice is that normally you open your apex, the hole here at the top of the head. To open that apex is the Poa practice. And the guiding of transference of consciousness by the aggregate of light is at the dying moment. Because your apex already open, then it would be very fast. And the yidam, the root guru, and the protector are on top of your head. As soon as you leave from the apex, then you can be reborn into the Pure Land. So remember, when your soul or consciousness, and as soon as you leave the body and you see the yidam, root guru, and protector, and when they're in union, especially when they're in union, you can enter into their heart, and immediately, with the snap of a fingers, you can go to the Buddha land or Pure Land. So the guidance of transference of consciousness by the aggregate of light is to be done at the dying moment, and the Poa practice is the practice that we do in normal time to open your apex. Here he also wrote that he is not unable to perform the practice of guiding the dying people to be delivered during Bardo state. There is this book authored by Guru Padmasambhava about this, about the guiding the dying people to be liberated during Bardo state. And Grandmaster also has a book to teach people how to be reborn into the Pure Land. Is crossing the ocean of life and death. That book. So you can also read Grandmaster's book. Then you would know how to guide the dying person. So book number 163, Crossing the Ocean of Life and Death. So if you don't know about the practice of guiding the dying people to be delivered during the Bardo state, you have to read this book, book number 163 by Grandmaster Seng Yen Lu. Because this book can help you and also help other people to be reborn into the Pure Land. The next question. Lian-Hua Wan-Ning. The first question. When a person dies, the lineage Guru, Yidam, and Protector, the three roots will come to guide one, correct? Or thus one can rely only on the 100 peaceful and wrathful deities to deliver us? Let me tell you, the 100 peaceful and wrathful deities, what is the peaceful deities? Are the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas with a compassionate look. And the wrathful deity is the wrathful, the fierce deity, protectors. The peaceful deities are the compassionate ones with smiles and kind look. And the wrathful deities are very fierce and ferocious. That's the look of the wrathful deity. The look of the wrathful. So if you see, so in the three roots, they already include the peaceful and wrathful deities. So the protector is the wrathful deity, the root guru and yidam are the peaceful deities. So the three roots will come and guide us to the Pure Land, yes. So the 100 peaceful and wrathful deities, that doesn't mean that all 100, but just one out of those 100. So of this 100 deities, there would be one of your yidam, or the Tribhuda school yidams. So they are the same thing, they are not separate. Now you understand? The second question, it's very dangerous not to have our protector by the side of a cultivator. How do we make protectors always support us? This is a good question and very simple. This is correct to say it's dangerous not to have a protector by the side of a practitioner. You know that a protector God is always by your side. How do we make the protector always protect us? Very simple. Make offering to him. Every day you have to offer to the protector. Especially on his birthday, you have to make offering to him. Every day we have to make offering to our protectors. And at 3 meals, or when we snack, or even when we drink water, you have to make offerings to your lineage root guru, to yidam, and to the protector. And you have to offer 3 of them together. You have to do it every day. Every day you have to offer to them. You have to be mindful of them. Every day you have to think of your root guru, of your yidam and protector. You have to think of them. You have to be mindful of them. In our Dharma practice every day, we would chant Om Bodhiransari. And this Bodh means Vajrapani Bodhisattva. So when you perform a Dharma practice, Vajrapani is your protector. So when you chant the mantra of the yidam and protector, making offering to the protector, you often visualize the protector sitting on top of your head or around your body. If you can do this, chant the protector's mantra, form the protector's mudra, visualize the protector, then the protector will always support and protect you. Now do you understand? You need to often visualize your protector around you, chant the protector's mantra. Of course, you don't chant it all day long. Like before you go out, you should chant the mantra of the protector. You chant protector's mantra 3 times and you visualize the appearance of Yamantaka next to you, and then you leave the house. And you visualize the protector is following you, and you chant the mantra 3 times. Then the protector will follow you. Visualize him, chant his mantra, and follows you leaving the house. That's it. Then your protector will always be by your side. Which Dhamma practice? How do we practice? Visualize, chant the mantra, and form his mudra. Before you leave the house, you do that, and then when you're outside, you'll be fine. Even if your car has problem, you're okay, because your protector is protecting you. Or if you do business, you also bring your protector with you, then your business deals will happen very easily. You visualize Akala. Namo Samanto Modanan Vajra Lan Han. Akalanata. You visualize Akalanata sitting on top of your head. You say his mantra, form his mudra. Whether it's Akalanata or whichever protector you have, you form his mudra, visualize him sitting on top of your head, recite his mantra 3 times, and then you go out to do whatever, and then whatever you do will succeed. This is a very good method. How should you practice, and which Dhamma practice I have told you just now? If you want lineage root guru to go with you, then you can use your lineage root guru. Or you want your yidam to follow you, to go with you, taking care of business, then you visualize your yidam going out with you. Or your protector following you to protect you, then you visualize the protector. This is a very good method. But in a moment, you can unite the root guru, yidam, and protector into one union. Very simple. First, there's yidam sitting on top of your head, and then the root guru enter into the body of the yidam, and the protector enters into the body of the yidam. Then now you have the lineage root guru, yidam, and protector together going with you. Wouldn't that be nice? All 3 are there. So first you visualize your yidam, and then the root guru, enter from the apex to the heart of the yidam, and the protector also enters into the heart of the yidam. And in a split of a second, the root guru, yidam, and protector all follow you. They are all there. That's the way to practice. Chant their mantra, visualize them, and form their mudras. That's all. That will do. Question by Lian-Hua Wan-Ning. Grandmaster Amitabha, please advise if this is the right direction. The state of no mind is an inner state. The state of no things is the outer state. The state of no thoughts is the realization, and the state of no self is empty nature. Is this the right direction? Your questions are very profound and very good. So, the state of no mind is an inner state. The key formula of entering into samadhi is no mind and no things. And this is also the key formula to falling asleep. The formula of falling asleep. Entering samadhi and falling asleep are similar, very similar. One is you're maintaining to be awake, and the other one is entering into drowsiness. Samadhi and sleep are the same. But how can I say the same? No, that's wrong. It's not the same. That in samadhi you still maintain a slight wakefulness, and sleep is sleep. These two are different. But the methods to enter into samadhi or enter into sleep are the no mind and no things. No things is the outer state, and no mind is the inner state. If you are in a state of no mind, then you are in the state of no things. So mind is the same as thoughts. What is mind? That's the thoughts. So Grandmaster sleeps really well and falls asleep really fast. As soon as I get on bed, before I finish doing the protection by light, the sleep yoga, I only do half. Before I finish, I have fallen asleep already. Why? Because I have nothing in my mind. Even if there is something, I discard it. I dispel it. Because now it's time for bed. I don't let anything to affect me. So I become a person with no things. And as soon as I lay myself down, the two arms open, the two legs open, like the character big in Chinese. I am a person with no things, nothing on my mind. Immediately I fall asleep. No mind, no thoughts. no thoughts, and nothings. So, no mind is an inner state. That's correct. If you place things inside your mind or your heart, sometimes they're together. Things and thoughts are together. Things are outside and the thoughts are inside, and sometimes the things get inside. But if you have nothings, if you have no things, you have no thoughts whatsoever, then you have no mind. You have no thoughts, you have no mind. So this is correct. So the key formula of entering samadhi is no mind and no things. And the state of no thoughts is the spiritual experience. So if you can reach the state of no thoughts, that means you're in concentration, and then that's in the samadhi. So no mind, no things, no thoughts are about the same. But the no thoughts is even more precious because you already have no mind anymore. And you have nothing at all. And then if you have no thoughts, that's the state of no thoughts. And only then you would be able to generate the lucid wisdom, the clear wisdom. These are all very important. No mind, no things, and no thoughts. You think that stones have no thoughts? No. Stones have thoughts. How come? You don't believe it? So if you gauge a stone, that they have some electric-magnetic field or waves, or some stones have some even some very weak waves or EMFs or like this Vajraceptor also has thoughts, like some wavelengths, and its thought is to create sound. And this Vajraceptor, what is its thought? It's the indestructibility. Is its thought. And the Vajra bell can make a sound. That's its thought. And the peacock feather, very beautiful. And subjugation is its thought. So every single thing has a thought. When you reach the state of no thoughts, that's the spiritual experience. The realization, the enlightenments, they're all in the thoughts. When you reach the state of no thoughts, then the true clarity, the lucidity will truly appear. That's the no thoughts that we strive for. And finally, the state of no self is empty nature. In the Diamond Sutra, it's mentioned there is no appearance of self, of sentient beings, of time and space. The no appearance of sentient beings, that means the space, but there's no appearance of longevity, that means no time, and no appearance of human beings or sentient beings. These four statements are the quintessence of the Diamond Sutra. So, if you already know self, then there would be no mind and no things and no thoughts. So, no self is Buddha nature. And you put down everything in the world. Even you or self does not exist anymore. And what remains is the empty nature. And that empty nature is the same as the Buddha nature. These are very deep questions. Once you reach the state of no self, no mind, no things and no thoughts will not exist anymore. If there's no self, of course there's no mind. Then there's no things. Then of course there are no thoughts whatsoever. So the state of no self is the highest realm, or it's a very high realm. In the past, there was someone in front Grandmaster and then told Grandmaster, I have reached the state of no self. And then I asked him, I actually just talking to myself, it's way too early. Immediately, how could you say it's too early for me? I have reached the state of no self. And I said, oh, no, that's way too early. How could you say that to me? And then I said, well, haven't you reached the state of no self? How could you hear what Grandmaster said, and that Grandmaster is inciting him and gets angry? So if you can get angry, does that mean that you are no self? So if you are no self, then you don't feel anything, even if I kick you, beat you, kill you, and I just say something, and then immediately you get angry, and then you said that you already know self? No. If you have reached the state of no self, it's not only the 4 or the 8 elements are all empty, everything is empty. Nothing exists. A disciple came to me. He also told me, I have reached the state of no self. And then I said, well, if that's the case, that's good. Take out your leather wallet. And then I take all his money. I took all his money. And then he said, how could you take all my money, Grandmaster? And then I asked, but aren't you already no self? Why are you still concerned about your money? Isn't that very funny? You still pay attention to your money. And when you think that that's your money, that means you still exist. Self still exists. If the self doesn't exist anymore, why would you care about the money or whose money? When Grandmaster at the place of Master Dubdan Darji, someone already make a list and needed my signature. And I would offer the Rainbow Villa to Master Tupten Dorji. He already wrote all that and asked me to sign and notarize by the lawyer. It's already notarized. I just need to sign, and then Rainbow Villa would belong to Master Tupten Dorji. When I saw that, I had no expression whatsoever, and I signed it in English and Chinese. And in Japanese too. Lu Seng-yen, Seng-yen-lu, and Ro Katsuhiko. I signed all those and I gave it to him. And he took that piece of paper and said, "Hey, now Rainbow Villa is mine." Master Tupten Dorji said. I signed it to him, and without any expression. Only that was called the state of no self. If the Guru likes it, then I offer it to him. But if you think that, hey, I should keep some to myself because I still need money for dinners, then self still exists then. You still exist. So those four, no mind, no things, no thoughts, and no self. These are what we should cultivate. You should cultivate until you reach the state of no mind, no things, no thoughts, and no self. That would be incredible. You already have attainments then. Really thank you to the person who asked these questions. These 4 points are extremely important. A spiritual cultivator should reach the state of no things. We start from the outer environment, that nothing would bother you, would affect you, nothing. And then what is the state of no thoughts? Oh, the state of no things, nothing. Nothing is on your mind, nothing. You don't keep it on your mind. That's the same as no mind. And then no thoughts. None of the thoughts will affect you at all. It's quite impossible because a human being has so many different thoughts affecting you, distracting you, disturbing you. If you reach the state of complete emptiness, no thoughts, that would be enlightenment and realization. And then you enter into the state of no self. And even when the self doesn't exist anymore, then no thoughts, no things, and no mind don't exist. Then that would be the Buddha nature. So these 4 are right. Very accurate. This is with thing and with mind. The mood of a woman is that 30% temperament and 70% shopping. So the mood of a woman relies on 30% of her temperament and 70% on her shopping. So that's, there are things. If you say, oh, Grandmaster's mood today is not that good, so that shows that Grandmaster still has self, because Grandmaster still have things on his mind, and he's not in good mood, right? So that's very simple. If Grandmaster's mood will always be even, that means nothing on his mind. So every day, Grandmaster is always very natural and very light-hearted in viewing this world. That's the result of your spiritual cultivation. The judge was judging a hoodlum, and an elderly lady gave you a piece of bread, but why did you break her windows with a rock? Instead, he used the rock to how do you pronounce that word? To break a window glass with a rock. So the old lady gave you a piece of bread, but why did you break her window? And the hoodlum said, but there wasn't a rock. And what was it then? That was the bread that she gave me. So there's feeling here. When you bite into the bread, it's just like a rock, like a stone. The old lady gave him a bread that's already like a rock. And the hoodlum got mad and then break her window. So what did this mean? The hoodlum has mind, has self. He got angry because how could you give me a bread that's as hard as a rock? If the hoodlum got the bread and just couldn't bite into it, it's okay. I just go to the garbage bin and then dump it there. That means that the hoodlum has spiritual cultivation. And Simu was saying that if you soak the bread in water, then it would become soft. So Grandmaster too has the mind, but I have no mind. So if it's so hard, I just put it away. I just throw it away. Just be natural. Thank you. It's very hard, but I still thank you, but I cannot eat it. So I just throw it out. And Simu said that soak it in water, it would become soft. So Simu is smarter and I'm more stupid. So, and the mind of a woman is more meticulous, and man is just more grandiose. So anything that gets to Grandmaster just take it lightly. Just think of it as nothing. Someone with poor memory is extremely happy. You know why? Someone with bad memory is very happy. Why? Because he or she forgot whose money she borrowed, he or she borrowed from. Bad memory, right? Always forget what you borrow. And you also, it's best if you also forget the money that other people borrow from you. Then that would be fair. So sometimes it's like this. Grandmaster never owe money from anyone in my life. If I don't have money, I don't have money. I don't borrow from anyone. I never borrowed from anyone. Sometimes Grandmaster also gives money to other people. When I give you money, I would forget it right away. Because I have no mind about this money. If I give it away, I give it away. Like to help others, then you just give it. I never remember it. And I don't know how much either. I just give it. I don't remember it. In this world, I have given money to many people. Ever since I was in Taiwan, someone came and said, I don't have money. Then I would give them money. Someone bought a cloth bag and said, I have no money. And I said, okay, I'll give you some. And then he filled the cloth bag with money and carried them away and never came back. I don't know where he went. I never looked for him. So he wanted to borrow money with a cloth bag. Simu knew, right? This person? Yes. Simu remembered this. So he said he didn't have money and he brought a cloth bag to borrow money from Grandmaster. And I said, okay, I let him carry away a whole bag of cash. And how much money was it? I don't know, I forgot. Although I remember the person or this event, but I never looked for him and never asked for the money back. So you give it away, you give it away. That's how my life is. That's his luck. So I don't keep it in my mind. That's my life. That's how I live my life. When I give it, I give it. I never ask for it back. Because stay home. Now we are in the stay home order. Shelter in place, stay home order. So think about it. In staying home, you need to understand two things. That human life is like a play. So it's like the opera, right? Soap opera. So you stay home watching the soap operas. So when you encounter this pandemic, isn't that like just like a play, like a opera? Soap opera, right? So everything. So the money that you loan to someone and that someone is gone. Or someone that borrowed from you. Maybe it's gone too. Isn't that just like a movie, like a play, like a soap opera? And then stay home is just sleeping. So human life is just like a dream, right? So stay at home has two meanings. Human life is like a play, and human life is like a dream. You stay home and sleep. In the past, Grandmaster sleeps only once a day. Now I sleep twice a day. Now let's talk about Lamdre a little bit. The wisdom empowerment, which is for the inner. No, it's not for inner. The first empowerment is the vase empowerment. Second is the secret empowerment. The third is the wisdom empowerment. And fourth is the great perfection empowerment. So the wisdom empowerment is the third level empowerment. So the two grounds of the wisdom empowerment and the half ground of the fourth empowerment, the power of the syllables is greatly pure guiding path, which is the start of affinity for seeing the true nature body and its pure land. If it is inside the short ah inside the central channel, one will see all things in the rebirth and nirvana realms. Thus, it is referred as the three realms seen through the mudra. Also at the 13th ground, due to the merging into the Sit syllable, all actions become indestructible syllable and the syllable transforms into Sambhogakaya. If I don't explain these excerpts, you will not understand. When you reach the level of wisdom empowerment, you would be able to generate a clear light radiance. So, light and light radiance, or clear light radiance, that would be the most pure. The wisdom empowerment is the empowerment for purity. So it is the start of affinity for seeing the true nature body and its pure land. So if you want to see the Swabhavakalika Kaya or the true nature body, is during the wisdom empowerment. So the true body and also pure lands. You would be able to see the pure land. Grandmaster has written a book about the steps to all heavens. And in this book, you can step by step see all the heavens and the pure land. So you can see all the pure lands with purity, because you are like the mirror, clear and transparent and bright, and all the heavens and pure lands are there. If it is inside the short ah inside the central channel, one will see all things in the rebirth and nirvana realms. So in Grandmaster's book, the stairs to all heavens is seeing the three realms, the heavenly realms of form, of desire, and of no form. You can see all of them. And you would also be able to see pure lands. Seen through the mudra. What is the mudra? The wisdom dakini is called the mudra. And by the help of the wisdom dakini, you see the wisdom dakini. Then you would be able to see the three realms, the place of the mudra. Why? You would be able to see the three realms and the Dakinis. Then you would be able to see all things in the rebirth and nirvana realms. Why? Because inside your body and inside the body of the Dakini, they already encompass all things in the rebirth and nirvana realms. Rebirth, reincarnation, and nirvana. This is quite deep. To explain it clearly, it's kind of deep. You can see the rebirth, nirvana, you can see the Dakinis, you can see yourself, and then you can see all the Dharma in the rebirth and nirvana realms. So, this is the explanation. This is ultimately pure, extremely pure. This mirror, there's some dust on it, but a clear and bright mirror like this, anything will appear in it. When the hand appears, there would be hands inside the mirror. Anything in front of it will appear. If your mind has already settled extremely clearly and you encompass the whole universe up and above, the four holy realms, all the heavenly realms, all can be reflected in your mind. That's the greatest, extremely purity. So therefore, the wisdom empowerment is the pure empowerment. Also, at the 13th ground, due to the merging into the sixth syllable, all actions become indestructible syllable and the syllable transforms into Sambhogakaya. Once you reach the 13th ground, the Svabhavikakaya and Sambhogakaya both exist. Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. So Dharmakaya or Dharma body is like the images, like 21 Taras, Tara who dispels epidemics, green Tara. The body in colorful appearance, that's Sambhogakaya. If you see Amitabha Buddha wearing some garment, that's in the Sambhogakaya form. But the Dharma nature body cannot be seen. So you can say it's nude. And what is Sambhogakaya? It's the wisdom deities. The appearance of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they are in Sambhogakaya. And Dharma nature bodies is something that you cannot see. They are intangible, has no forms. And the true nature body also cannot be seen. And things that you can see, or those that you can see, are Sambhogakaya. Are just like the Buddha statues that are colorful, like the Mahabala that appears here from the sky, has this kind of form and appearance. And look, this is the form of the Sambhogakaya. And what is Nirmanakaya? It's like Grandmaster. It's the appearance in physical body. And that's the appearance in reward body. All the tankas, they're all Sambhogakayas. And the true Dharma nature body cannot be seen or they are intangible. So the syllables transform into Sambhogakaya. What syllables? Sanskrit syllables, pure syllables. Because at the 13th ground, because you have merged into the 6 syllables. And the Sanskrit syllables are indestructible. And at that time, the Sanskrit syllables transform into Sambhogakaya. When we do our Dharma practice, we start with the Sanskrit syllable that revolves and transforms into the deities. And what we visualize are all Sambhogakaya. So Nirmanakaya is like Grandmaster, Sambhogakaya is Padma Kumara, and Dharma-Nijakaya are the highest realm, like Amitabha Buddha. So Amitabha Buddha is the Dharma nature body, or Adharma Buddha. It's something that you cannot see. But when you draw the Adharma Buddha, that's his Sambhogakaya. And then when he emanated into a Nirmanakaya, or physical body, that would be like Grandmaster. So a Buddha has 3 bodies, Dharma body, the reward body, and the physical body. So Dharmakaya, you cannot see. Sambhogakaya are the images with colors, and Nirmanakaya, or physical body, is like Grandmaster or Padma Kumara. With this look and appearance, that's the Nirmanakaya. So the syllables transform into Sambhogakaya, and they are indestructible. Why are they indestructible? Because they are in the sky. As you visualize it inside, you color it inside. So they are indestructible. So when the Buddha at the 13th ground, that's the Dharma nature body, and then transform into Sambhogakaya, and then transform again into Nirmanakaya in the human world. You can say that. Okay, thank you very much. The best thing today is that in our spiritual cultivation, we have to have nothing in your mind. And then you have no mind, you're unaffected by anything. And then when you're in the state of no thoughts, you're unaffected by any thoughts or any running thoughts. And when you reach the state of no self, then you have attained the true realization. Then if you have truly reached the state of no self, then you have attained Buddhahood, the true Buddhahood. We are very grateful to His Holiness precious Dharma teachings. Now please stand up. This ends the English interpretation today. Thank you very much.